What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Hope we're doing well. My wife hasn't said this, but I think that she may be tired of me blabbing on about motorcycles, so what better place to do it than on YouTube, where nobody else cares either. But anyways, we got some good news today. I've been on the hunt since last year. Last year I had a 2017 KTM XCW 250, and that was maybe the sweetest motorcycle I've ridden. It looked great. I bought it from an older gentleman. It had all the goodies on it. It had every accessory you could imagine. It was spotless clean for being almost 10 years old. And I rode that a couple times, did a couple nice trips on it. It was street legal, which sometimes is hard to find. And it was the perfect bike. And I got it for a song. The stars aligned that day for me. And something got a hold of me and I ended up selling that bike. And I regretted it the moment it pulled out of the driveway. So since then, I've been on the hunt to replace the 250 XCW with a new bike. And as this week goes, I finally found, I think it's gonna be a competitor up to that bike. And I'm pretty excited about this. This is a 2013 350 XCF-W. So from what I've read and what I understand, I'm not an expert on KTMs, but it seems like this is the more trail-oriented bike with a wide ratio trans, so that it makes riding on the road and things like that a little bit easier. Not that you're gonna really run this bike on the street, in my opinion, that often, but we ride in northern Michigan, we ride in southern Ohio, and a lot of those areas you're fine without being street legal, but it's a nice bonus when you're going from town to town, running single track, to be able to hop on the roads, go into town, and not have to worry about anybody giving you a hard time. So it's an added bonus, and I think it adds value to the bike. I think it makes the bike worth a little bit more money, at least to me it is. So I really was looking and thinking about getting another two-stroke, and two-strokes, it just seems like a motorcycle should be a two-stroke. A dirt bike seems like it should be two-stroke, but these 350s, my good buddy Clay has a 21 350, same thing, XCF-W, and he really likes that bike. And I've read nothing but good things about him. And I guess it's nice to not have to mix oil. This bike still makes a lot of power. It's still really light. I want to say this bike, don't quote me on this, was around 45 horsepower and around 240, 245 pounds. I think my XCW 250 was just shy of 220, so this has a little more weight on it, but at this point, I haven't ridden it a ton, but I don't notice the difference. But this bike, something about these KTMs that I found, in my area, Michigan, there's a lot of older guys, and when I say olders, I mean 50, 60, even 70-year-old guys that there's a big community of guys that ride these bikes, and there's a strong following for them. All these, if you get online right now, I enjoy motorcycles. I like to, I'm a soft collector, I would say, and when a lot of these bikes right now are cheap, Harley's cheap, a lot of old Hondas and stuff, pretty cheap. The market is soft on motorcycles, but these KTMs, Husqvarnas, at least where I'm at, they are holding strong. They are bringing more money than, you got to spend more money to get a nice dirt bike KTM than to get a chromed out Harley Davidson, and that seems like a crazy world, but that's true. It might cost you $5, $6, $7 to get a modern-ish KTM with the right accessories, and you can find a clean Harley Davidson big twin for $4,000, sometimes less, clean. So anyways, this bike here, I got it from a gentleman who was 69 years old. His name was Al. Awesome guy. Pulled up to the house, beautiful house. Everything he had was in order. Smoking a cigar when I got there. Friendly as can be. And seemed excited that a younger guy was interested in this bike. Now this guy was the type of guy that you want to buy a motorcycle from. He had taken so much time on this bike. It has every accessory that you can imagine. I mean, it's got the larger fuel tank. It has full FMF exhaust, carbon fiber exhaust cover. He's got the Recluse auto shifting clutch, which I don't have a lot of experience with, but I'm interested in trying that out. It has a steering dampener. It has, the suspension's been all gone through for like a 205 pound rider, which is a little heavy for me, but it should still be fine. He has some custom graphics, which I actually like. Sometimes custom graphics can be a little flashy. This, to me, was a nice, I'd call it stock plus style graphic. Came fitted with a GPS, runs off the power of the bike. Got the nicer hand guards, lights front and rear, which are factory. It's got Tusk brake guards. And the list kind of goes on. It's got a JD jet kit on it. And the thing about these is there's a lot of these KTMs that are just totally smacked. I mean, they are ridden hard, put away wet, and you can just tell that that bike has been put through its paces. This one had 50 hours on it, I think right about 1,000 miles. And this is actually an older bike. This is a 2013. For KTM, in my opinion, that's older. For most bikes, 2013 sounds really new to me. But when it comes to these bikes, it seems like there's a lot of changes after certain years, and they get better. I didn't realize that 13 on this was actually fuel injected. I thought this was a carbureted bike when I went to look at it. But come to find out, fuel injected, and I guess I didn't have a lot of issues with the fuel injection even that early, so that's good. He put a fan on it, which didn't come stock, which is nice. I'm trying to think what else. Some different covers and protective things there. Tires are like new. So it just was a sweet deal. And you know, to go buy this bike brand new is minimum 10 to 12,000 out the door. And then he's probably got $3,000 of accessories on this bike. So you've got a $15,000 motorcycle now, if it's brand new. And then now you've got, you know, things that you need to do to it as well to kind of get the emission stuff off and to really get them running the best that they can. So, you know, add some money on top of that. You can easily have a $15,000 motorcycle dirt bike just getting started. So the way I look at this is if you can go out there and find a bike, it's important to find the right seller, the right guy that owned this bike. You want to find somebody that cared about this thing, that was meticulous, that when he wasn't riding, he was cleaning it. There's not a speck of dirt on this thing when I went and looked at it. There's not a single scratch on the wheels. I mean, it's an old bike, but this thing rides pretty much like a newer one. And you can get into something like this for a quarter or a third of the price. And it's a no-brainer to me, but it's important definitely to find the right one, find one with decent hours on it, find one that's been cared for, and enjoy it. Hopefully get a couple buddies to ride with too. It's very difficult to find buddies. I'm 33 and everybody's got kids. I've got a kid. And you gotta get out there when you can and ride. It's harder and harder as the years go by, but what a freeing feeling. Get yourself a KTM. Talk a couple of your buddies into getting dirt bikes. You know, it doesn't have to be a KTM either. Like, I've been riding for quite a while now with a small group of my friends, and we've had every kind of bike possible. We've had XT225s, TW200s, DRZ400s, DR650s. I mean, we've tried them all for the most part. KLX 300s, KLX 250s. I mean, any kind of like enduro bike, we've had it and had fun on it. And the thing about these enduro bikes, you cannot not have a good time. I mean, even the underpowered ones, I've had just as much fun on an XT225 as I would have on a powerful bike like this. The thing that's nice about getting into a bike like this is that, number one, it really doesn't cost a whole lot more money. Say you've got 2,500 bucks into a, or three or more into a TW200. Don't get me wrong, one of the best bikes of all time. Maybe you've got another 1,500 bucks in this, but you've got insane suspension, you've got insane power. Just everything about it is just top notch. You know what I mean? And you can feel that riding. But that's not to say you'll have more fun. That's not to say you'll have more fun on this bike than a simple beginner bike. I'd still love to be on an XT225 or a TW200, and I'd have no shame in that game at all. There's no shot to the ego being on a bike like that. They are a blast, they are fun, and I'd still ride them. So yeah, I mean, this is, I'm excited about this. We're planning a trip, I think maybe this weekend to northern Michigan. Try to get some shots up there, cruising around and having some fun. So we'll see how she does. But that's my blab of the day on this 2013 KTM XCF-W 350. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you've got one, if you've got a bike, I'd love to hear about it. Love to see what you got going on. Let's ride, baby. Stay strong, stay motivated. I'll see you out there.